and goes on a run of 3 or 4 really good games, could you conceive him being given the job?
Permanently?
In an interim to the end of the season, as we saw with Ollie, probably? No?
I don't think so, but who knows? Look,
they're a hard club to work out, aren't they?
We've just been looking at the fixtures. After Chelsea, there's a run of about 10 games that are very winnable.
So why would you not keep him in position while you do find the person that maybe you want?
Well, that's what they'll be doing. And this just buys you a bit of time. This result, this performance, no goals conceded, no mistakes, takes a bit of pressure off. So now that can quiet down a bit. Obviously, it could all change with Chelsea on the weekend. But if Michael goes and gets a result against Chelsea, I think it just,
Could you see him getting the job to the end of the season or beyond?
I think United will be looking to see how the team reacts and how they play. Today's a good step. Look, if he's winning, like Ole, nobody really anticipated Ole going to get the job full time. But because the results and performances were there, they did it, whether it was the right thing to do or not. But they did that. And if Mike keeps winning games and keeping clean sheets and climbs them up the table, then they'll look at that. They have to.
This is Man United.
I think one thing's certain.
You've got to have the very best in charge. Michael Carrick, look, he's a coach. He's had one game in charge as a manager of Manchester United. No experience anywhere else. He can't. Honestly, he can't. As much as I like the lad, they cannot appoint. They need the very best. Whether it's the very best who's available as an interim or the very best who's available full-time.
I don't think they'll give it to Michael for the end of the season. I think that one thing certain in my mind is that they're actively looking for somebody to come in to be the interim manager in this stage to take us through to the end of the season. And I genuinely believe that they'll be looking to get someone else to come in and take over the reins come the summer.
Who's that then, Real?
Don't know who it is, but there's loads of names.
There's a load of names there. Brendan Rodgers, Mauricio Pochettino, Zinedine Zidane, Ralph Rangnick. Who
are these? Are these interim candidates or are these full-time?
These are full-time. I don't know. You're looking at Laurent Blanc, you wouldn't imagine he'd been one you're looking at to be full-time at the moment. I think, listen, there's some good talented managers there. I think someone like Pochettino, I think when he was out of a job, it seemed like there was murmurings coming out that he wanted to come to Man United in that period. And listen, I think depending on how PSG owners see it, we'll have to wait and see. But Man United have got to be making inquiries. If they want a particular manager who's in a job, those conversations I'm sure will be going on now to find out, are they willing to leave now?
But they mess around with an interim manager again. Why don't they? You say they're Man United. Go and get the best manager out there.
Scholes is right. That's what they should do. But they haven't really done that in the past. It needs someone to come in like Tuchel and have that impact. Clear style of play, philosophy, identity, all that. And I think the biggest thing is work. You look at City, Chelsea, Liverpool. They all work so hard. In and out of possession. United haven't done that this year. So whoever's going to come in, whether it's Luis Enrique or Ten Hag or Zidane or Poch, that guy needs to come in and make this group of players work incredibly hard, and then the ball players, the flair players, can win the game. But I think there's good options out there, whether it's the names we just mentioned.
We shouldn't be sat here discussing this, really. After that Liverpool game, it was clear Ollie was on borrowed time. Yeah. That manager and his staff should have been ready for Monday morning. Full stop.
I think it's clear that the Man United have spoken to the candidate they want long term and know that he's not going to be available at this moment in time. That's why they've come out and said Michael's going to take charge now and we're looking for an interim until the summer. The only way they say that and they make that public is, I feel, if they've spoken to the long-term candidate who isn't available.
Who do you think that is?
I don't know. I think we're all sitting here playing the guessing game. We've got no idea.
Pochettino looks the most likely. With all the noises we're hearing, it's going to be Pochettino.
And he's come out and said this evening that he's happy in Paris.
They're going to say that.
But of course he's going to say that.
They're going to say, have you ever heard a manager tell the truth at a press conference? It just doesn't happen, does it?
Let's talk then about the hierarchy at Manchester United. The very fact that we're sitting here saying, will it be interim? Will it not? Will they give it to Michael? Will they not? Who can come in? Why didn't they do it after Liverpool? You go and see other football clubs. I mean, it's at a different level. But Aston Villa, they remove the manager. They know who they want. They go and get him. Manchester United, do they need more football experience rather than financial experience at the absolute top of this football club?
I'd say so. I think that's a definite point you can make, and you can build a case around that. But it's just a lack of decisiveness. Like you mentioned your club, Norwich. You mentioned Aston Villa. They were decisive in that situation. They made a decision and went, bang, this is what we're going to do.
When Norwich sacked their manager, Dean Smith wasn't even available. He becomes available. you go and get him.
And that takes you back to the point. I know Conte's at Spurs now, but Conte was available at the moment that Man United made the decision. Or there was a time to make a decision. Back at Liverpool game, Man City game, they could have made that decision, and Conte's available. And so you think, someone with that experience, he's won 5 leagues in 7 years. Yeah, I hope it doesn't turn out to be that's one that got away. I hope not.
I can half see why they wouldn't employ Conte. As you say, I think I probably would. Looking at his record, 5 leagues,
what's available?
What's available out there, of course. It just feels like a short-term thing with him. The point. And I think Manchester United, they always want the long-term. I think they always prepare for long-term. And I think Pochettino's more suited to that. OK, I don't think he's proven himself to be an elite manager to live with Guardiola and Klopp and Tuchel at the minute. But what he did at Tottenham was brilliant. It's a really big achievement. Just to get them to a Champions League final. It's sensational.
What gets you to become long-term? What enables you to have long-term time at a club? Success. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But what gives you success? But structure. But
but you've got to have someone who's come in who actually says, I've done this. I've done this repeatedly.
Yeah, but that's the point, Rio, because Chelsea's biggest signing in the last years has been Tuchel. Liverpool's biggest signing has been Klopp. Forget any players, and City's has been Pep. United need to go get somebody that's a much bigger signing than any of the players that they currently have. That needs to be somebody that is, everybody goes, yep. Now we're on the right track, because you look at, they shouldn't be turning over managers all the time. They just shouldn't. They should go and get somebody that's going to go, this is our guy for 5 years, and he's going to stay. Like Klopp will stay, like Pep will stay, because you're not going to get a better project than this with all the money and all the fans.
Yeah, but when you get that manager in, you've got to see a progression, and you've got to see someone who you think, oh, actually, they're going to get us over that next hump. They've solidified what we've got. They've given us hope. They've brought the spirit back into the club. And when are you going to go and win then? That's the difference. You saw that with someone like Klopp. He was getting close. He brought the club so far forward. You could see the fundamentals in the club, the patterns of play in the team. There was an identity at the football club. That wasn't seen here, the identity. That was the stuff we were saying was lacking. You need all those things to marry up together to go, oh, I see that as a long-term project. When you talk about someone like Conte, whether he's a long-term project or not, all those fundamentals we just spoke about there, and the DNA of a team, the philosophy, the identity, the work ethic of a team, he brings that day one.
I don't think this United team's
Man United need a long-term manager because they need someone to build, because they've got 2 big problems, Man United, Liverpool and City. You're telling me Conte could come into this squad now and get them anywhere near to Manchester City and Liverpool? I don't see it. So that's why I think it's going to take a couple of years even, again, which is not something we want to talk about, to get the squad right, to get his way of playing right, to compete with them 2 clubs.
I think the proof's in what he's been doing, what he's done in recent years with the clubs he's been at. He was someone I thought would get you closer than most.
I don't think they're a million miles away. No,
he don't accept fools. He don't accept half-hearted. He don't have it. You need someone like that. You need a bully sometimes. You need someone to bully and create fear within that changing room. I don't see fear in there right now. You need an element of that.
We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, we will continue the conversation as is. Stay where you are. We'll talk further in a second.
Through to the knockout stages, is that the reaction and the response that you wanted to see tonight?
Yeah, of course. We came in to win the game. I spoke to you before the game, Daz, and we said we've come here to win the game. I believe we would. I believe we were ready for it tonight. And it proved to be the case. It wasn't an easy game, by the way. It was a tough game. They were a good team, and for those who don't probably watch them that much, don't really understand it or don't see it. But they're a good team. They make you work in possession. They're a good team, and I thought the boys dug in tonight at times, had to dig in at times, and showed a little bit of everything. So I was delighted the way it ended up.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly pretty in that first half, but that wasn't the point, was it? I suppose that there's a lot. The emphasis was trying to get into half-time without conceding a goal and bringing back some of the confidence.
Yeah, let's be honest. I don't think we could have hoped for it to come out here and play pretty football from the word go. When you've suffered results-wise and you're not in a great vein of form and individually and as a team, then it's not easy to come out and just let everything click. And in some ways, it was the best way to win for me. That we had to show some character, we had to dig in, we had to fight. It went our way at times, didn't go away at the others, and the game would look like at times it was drifting away from us after half time, and then we got back together again, and the subs made a massive impact and towards the end. So it had a bit of everything, and that's all I could hope for. The boys give everything.
Yeah, it was like a classic European tie, isn't it? You hold on for an hour and then chase the game in the end, and you would do 2 trump cards. And of course, Ronaldo delivers, always does, doesn't he?
Yeah, Fred's done fantastic. To be fair, Fred's done what Fred does. Yeah, he's done fantastic and won that ball back, which we wanted to. We looked for that. And yeah, Ronaldo, when he gets that chance, puts it away. So takes another one for him on his list. But to finish it off with Jayden was brilliant. I know how much Jayden loves the ball at his feet and trying to make things happen. It's where he's the happiest. But I thought the other side of the game from him tonight, he put a real effort in defensively for us when we needed it. And yeah, it was a big night for him.
What's it like being in charge? Did you enjoy it? You were pretty calm on the touchline. Jadon Sancho missed the chance. I saw you get animated at, no, of course, the celebrations. But have you enjoyed it? Can you enjoy it? I
have enjoyed it. Yeah, I must admit, I've really enjoyed it. No, I enjoyed the whole thing. I think the support I've had. I said to the players, the support. It's not been an easy couple of days for everyone at the club. And I can enjoy it so much, but at the same point, it's still that result almost feels like it's for Ollie, you know, and I can't get it.
He had Hakimi and he had Haaland, and that little triangle was unplayable. And I think now he needs to find that partner who's going to play with him behind him and who's going to link up with him when he gets the 1-2s.
I think a lot of people, when criticising Man United under Ollie's guidance, have always said, they don't play enough football, they don't keep it, they don't do this. Their best way of playing has always been, under him, counter-attack football.
Yeah.
Has been sitting back, soaking up pressure. And even today, they're most comfortable. All the players on that pitch today look so much more comfortable when they were able to sit in, wait, be patient. And Scholes said, if you go a goal behind, it's difficult. But then, at the moment, they're looking for a way of playing that suits them. They're not in a position where they're afforded to go, we can be expansive and we can start trying.
And they looked more comfortable a goal up, didn't they?
Yeah.
As soon as they got a goal up, it felt like
and the
team had more confidence, didn't they? And then they could go and counter and get the second, which they're very good at.
It was nothing different, was it? It was nothing special. It was just people playing in the positions and playing the position correctly. Then they can bounce off because we know they've got the quality to do that. And look, I keep saying it, but I thought Sancho was the best player for us, and really pleased for him. Now he really kicks on from here, and I think he'd almost be. He's a player who wants to play in a possession team as well. He's not really going to get that a lot, I don't think, especially in the big games. When you talk about Chelsea on Sunday, I don't think he'll get that a lot. He's going to have to probably adjust his game a bit to be more of a counter-attacking player.
Are you surprised that Ollie played Jayden off the left so much when we signed him for the right, and you had Marcus there, you had Martial there, Pogba was playing there? Why he didn't start on the right one side of the thing? In the last 2 games, he looks much better on the right.
Well, he looks the player that we signed for what, 70 million quid. He played on the right hand side a lot for Borussia Dortmund. That's where he's most comfortable. You've seen that. Some players on the left hand side like cutting inside and smashing it. He's not that type of player. He's more of a footballer. He's got great skills to go past people, but he's not the quickest.
And he gets a goal. And he's already been congratulated on social media by Declan Rice, another player from South London, who features in our documentary this evening, South of the River, which you can see at 10:15 here on BT Sport. It's all worked out well tonight, hasn't it? Particularly for Manchester United and especially for Michael Carrick. Straight after